Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you're new here, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you like content like this. In this channel, I do unboxing, deck reviews, and magic tutorial. And today, I'm actually really excited about this video because this is the first magic tutorial I do, and I've been giving this a lot of thought. So the way I'm gonna do my magic tutorials is that I'm gonna start with the most fundamental, the very basic, and then I'm gonna do more and more advanced magic tutorials as I upload videos. In this way we could do so for every technique or tricks I teach you. You can go back on my channel to watch the different moves that I've teach, so you always have every single technique and sleights you need to do the trick. So today we're gonna do the double lift, and I'm gonna take a quick go quick through pinky count because they go kind of hand in hand. The double lift is one of the most powerful and most used technique in magic. It's also maybe, well, yeah, it's one of the easiest moves, but also it's pretty difficult. It's easy to do it, it's difficult to do it perfect. So this is a move you can easily teach and perform, and while you're teaching and performing, just keep practicing. You will be really good at it at the end, and then you can do it perfectly. Even though you do a move on a spectator that knows about the double lift, if you do it good enough, they won't even think it's a double lift. But we are going to do the basic double lift, not some intricate stuff with the convincer, and we're not going to do that today. Only the very basic. So, without further ado, let's go. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you how the double lifts look from the front, okay? So I'm gonna show you both variations, both when you have with the pinky count and without. Without the pinky count, it's gonna look like this. Put the ace of diamonds in the middle, lose it completely, square up the deck, and boom, it's on top. And then with the pinky count, my favorite, it will look like this. Take the ace of clubs, put it in the middle, and boom, it's back on top, right? I know it's not much difference with the pinky count, but it's the subtleties. Pay attention to the subtleties. I even hold this hand over like this when I do the pinky count, like 1, 2, so I'm ready to go from here right away, like this. Boom, 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 in there. So that's how it looks from the front. Now we're gonna film from a different angle so you can see in detail what I do. And if you see me looking over there, it's just because I have a screen to see actually what I'm filming. So let's start. So with a double lift, you can show a card, put it in the middle, and then magically make it pop to the top. And I can show you. So you would start with a deck in a dealer's grip. That's like this. You put the deck along the base of your hand, like this. Then you would have the three fingers, pinky, ring finger, and middle finger on the side, and the index finger on top of the deck, like this. This is how you should hold a deck. So just, you could practice this by taking it out, put it in, out, put it in. And you do that until it feels natural. This will be the most normal grip. So when you pick up a deck, you take it in your hand, this, you should then hold it like this. And the easiest way to get into a double lift would be to go from, I will show you, from behind here. And then you will lift up 2 cards. I exaggerate just to teach you. But you could do like, you go down 1 card and 1 more card. So when you get 2 cards like this, you have 2 cards here. You put your pinky between the deck and the 2 cards, and then you are ready to go. So from here, I would recommend you put your pinky on this corner and the index on that corner, and then you flip it around. The reason why you do that is if you have the fingers on the corners, you will make sure that they don't split like this, for example. That's the whole point. So you can go, I slide it down with one finger on each corner, slide it down till I touch these 3 fingers. Slide down to touch, flip it around and let it go. So then you show you say this will be your card. You flip it like, you hold the corners and go back. Then you can put it anywhere you want. So you put it in the middle. You say we take it in the middle. We square up the deck. We completely lose your card. But somehow your card's back on top. So I do it one more time. You go from the back and then you take both cards like this. Only a little bit. Only just a little gap like this. Then you have enough space here to put your pinky like underneath like this. And from the top it looks like this. From the front they won't see anything. And when you go to flip the card around, you take one finger at this corner and the other index finger on this corner. And you take your middle finger and thumb on the middle to hold it like this. You slide it down, not this slow, but you slide it down this to touch these 3 fingers, flip it over. And from here, you don't need to take it all the way down. You just let it go. They won't split, believe me. So this is what you will be practicing. You will practice this first. You just practice getting 2 cards, easy like this. Index finger underneath, easy to get those 2 cards. Practice that. So when you feel comfortable and you feel like you'd manage this, then you practice this move. From the side here, like this. And you just go up here and then you let it go. You don't need to take it all the way down. So you practice this move. So you go here, here, this. Practice this. Remember, pinky here, index finger there, middle finger underneath here on the middle, and thumb directly over, like this. You slide down, remember to just let it go, like this. And then you can just take the top card. So when you show the cards, in this case, their selected card will be the Ace of Spades. You put it back, then you take what they think is their card, put it in the middle, and now you will be a mile ahead of the spectator, right? You can even make the spectator push the card all the way in, and you have it back on top. And it's all about being creative. You find so many different ways to use the double lift. The double lift is a move that, yeah, you find it everywhere. So this is very important. But now I'm just gonna take a little bit of time to teach the pinky count. So I suggest when you're gonna learn the pinky count, I would suggest you to start with about half a deck. With a full deck, this is pretty stiff, and this is muscles you don't use normally. So start with half a deck in dealer's grip, and then you're only gonna use the pinky finger, right? So what you're gonna be practicing is you start with 1. See how many you can count down, right? Without letting up more than 1 card, right? Let's say you practice with 5 and you just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. And you do that over and over and over. In the start, you're probably going to get like 3, then 5, 4, or 2. But that's normal. You start with this. So I see now that I actually, when I do the pinky, I take my index finger in this corner and press, so I hold the deck. You use your thumb to bevel the deck a little bit in front, and you let go. Try to let go only 1 at a time. 1, 2, 3. And when you're starting to get a hold of it, you do the same with the full deck. Now I think it's easier with the full deck. I take my index finger on this corner, press the thumb on this corner. You press down a little bit, and then you let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the more cards you count, the harder it will get. When you feel comfortable with doing this, then you have the perfect way to do a double lift. You take 1 and 2 cards. Then you just let those 2 cards fall on top of your pinky. And then you have a pinky break like this. And that will look so much better, because then you can take the double lift like this. 1, 2, flip it over. But before the cards hit the back all the way down, I just take my base of the hand a little bit like this. So when the cards fall, they fall on the base. So then you can just, when you go back, you have the break here and the here, and you just flip it back like this. Put the card in the middle of the deck, clear out the pack, and it's back on top. So in normal speed, full speed, it would look something like this. Right? Back on top. Okay? One more time in full speed. Like this. This is how it should look. So for me, the biggest mistake I see when people are going to do the double lift, it's often they use a lot of time fiddling around back here, a lot of time, and then they go over and they go like, it doesn't look natural. So you go, this doesn't look natural. The spectator will know that you're doing something funny. But if you go like this looks natural, man. This is a good double lift, right? And when you get good, you could do variation of the double lift. You could do with like this, right? You see 2 cards, or like this. I like this is my favorite. Or you could do with a convincer. This I probably will fail at, but you do something like I failed big time. You could do it like this with a convincer like that, and that really convinced the audience. Or many different. You can also do it from the middle when you get good. When you get good at riffling with your thumb like this, you could just say, as the spectator, to say stop, and they say stop right here. Put the index finger, let 2 cards go, slide it out like this, put it in the middle, and boom, back on top. So it's 100 different variations of doing this. Sleight of hand is all about the subtleties and make it look as normal as possible. So if I were to take 1 card and flip it over, it would look something like this, right? So if I would take 2 cards, I would try to make it look as similar as possible, right? This looks pretty similar, I would say. So I think that about covers it. And yeah, just practice all the way. Practice, practice, practice.